Hey guys, what's up? It's Yana. Welcome to day 21 of Camp NaNoWriMo July 2021. You've caught me already in the middle of editing in my favorite home office at the beach bar, but this is really not a great place to film because of all the people and the noise and all of that. So I'm gonna go back to work and I'll update you a little bit later on how it's going. Hey, so I'm back home, sitting in front of my door with this bad lighting because it's already dark outside, and drinking a glass of gin with, I was gonna say with a lot of ice in it, but the ice melted in like a minute and a half. That's apparently how hot it is. Look, there's nothing left, it's all melted. Oh my goodness. Right, so obviously I'm back. I did spend the afternoon working on my novel, but now I've run into a little bit of an issue. So because of that timeline change that I keep mentioning in the past few videos, I'm sorry, I'm fussing with my hair a lot, but it's just, it won't stay in place. So because of that timeline change, with the thing that now happens earlier than it was happening before, I've run into the issue of one of the characters finds out a certain plot point earlier than before. And now I can't think of a reason for her to not run and tell the police about that. Because she's a very, very good girl, and this is the kind of thing that she would go and inform an adult immediately because it's a really big deal. But I don't want her to. I need her to. She will eventually do that, and that's part of the, like, she's supposed to eventually do that. It's actually quite important that she does, but she can't do it yet in order for the story to work. Or if she did it now, I would have to then rework a few other things, which I don't want to do. What are you doing there? Sorry, that's my cat who's about to probably do something naughty. Kai. Go out. Sorry. So I don't know what to do about that, because I usually have quite a bit of an issue with... wait a second. Kai! Masz tam wymagę. Okay, we're back. The cat is dealt with. The boys, the tomcats, are not allowed in my room because they destroy things and do other things they're not supposed to do. This is usually Lexi's room. You've seen Lexi. Anyway, writing issues. Right, so I usually have quite a bit of a problem with characters in books not having a good enough explanation for how they are behaving. And I would really rather not. I know that I could probably get away with it, but like with the explanation that I currently shoved in there for why she can't immediately tell someone, it's just weak. Like, it's not good enough. I want it to be solid. I want my characters to act intelligent and act in character all the time, and for circumstances to not be too convenient. So I guess this is what I'm gonna have to figure out, and it might be a matter of staring at my ceiling for a while yet again. You know, I did that a couple of days ago, and I spent basically the entire day just thinking and trying to figure out how to solve a certain, like how to fill a certain plot hole, and eventually I figured that out and it's fine now. But now there's this new thing. Revisions, right? Revisions. And the thing is, if I wanted to be a little bit lazier, I know that a lot of people probably wouldn't even like think about it that hard. Like they would accept the explanation and they would just move on. Like there's so many things in books that are never properly explained. But because I'm the kind of reader that picks on these things, I'm like, well, this doesn't make sense. This is not in character. Why didn't they just ... I want to avoid most of these things in my book. There will inevitably be some, because the things that I pick up on as not necessarily logical are not the same as what other people will see as not necessarily logical. So I'm sure that somebody else will read my book and be like, this is just as riddled with plot holes as with cheese. But at least I don't want to know that there are plot holes or bad characterization or anything like that. So that's where we're at. I'm drinking my gin to drown my writing sorrows. No, that's not why I'm drinking gin. I'm drinking it because it's nice. It does make me sleepier though, which is probably not what I want to be right now. I'm already sleepy. Anyway, I'm gonna try to psych myself back up to writing tonight, because I haven't done a whole lot, but I feel really tired, but I haven't done a whole lot today. And I will try to get back into my writing mood and see if I can figure this thing out and finally finish this bloody chapter, because the other problem is when I stop in the middle of a chapter, then it's not good, because then it becomes disjointed. I have to pick it back up from where I left off, and then I've forgotten how, not what just happened. I remember what happens in the first half of the chapter, but I've kind of gotten out of the groove, and then coming back in, usually there's inconsistencies. It doesn't sound right, or something is just a little bit off. So I'd rather not pick up the same chapter again on a different day if possible, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So the good thing about pacing at the moment is that it serves a dual purpose. I am trying to figure out what to do with that issue in my novel, but I'm also getting the final few steps in for my walking goal for today. So, you know, it's an efficient way to use my time thinking while also pretending to be doing enough exercise, even though I'm definitely not doing enough exercise, but at least my step counter app is happy. Oh my gosh, you guys, I figured it out. I can't believe I actually figured it out, and it didn't even take long. I haven't even finished my steps. No, all I have to do is actually pull another event that used to happen earlier, and that's gonna solve my problems. So basically, I've got another character who needs to remember something. I'm being so vague, but you know, I'm not just gonna tell you the whole plot of my book here. But I have another character who needs to remember something very important that they have lost any memory of. And that used to happen a lot later in the book. But if they did that now, then they would have a very good reason to stop that first character from telling the police. So I can actually just have somebody stop her from doing that, rather than trying to come up with a reason for her to decide not to do it. So this works so much better. I don't think it's going to mess with things too much. It may potentially even make things easier if he realizes what happened sooner than when he originally realized what happened. So yeah, I think this will work. And also there's this means that this fits in perfectly, because originally the way that he kind of got his memory of this specific event back was kind of very convenient and vague. Whereas now there's two things that are going to trigger him. One of them is an object that he has in his possession, and that's something that I had already fixed. So the original way he remembered was just like, it was just very vague, like he just kind of remembered at one point. And then I included this thing to trigger his memory, so that was already in there. But now with the event happening earlier, he can also be triggered by a specific location because they're actually passing by that particular spot where they are now. So yeah, that's I think that's gonna work. I think, yeah, I think I'm happy with. Can you not be so loud out there? Thank you. Gosh, I don't know what that was. A car just passing by. I am all over the place today, but I'm actually quite happy with figuring this thing out because it was bugging me since this afternoon. So what I'm gonna do now is, I'm still feeling a little bit sleepy, so I don't know if I'll manage to write the scene tonight, but I'm going to try, and I'll let you know if that happened tomorrow. But I'm going to finish the vlog here because it's a little bit of a nuisance having to edit it, but I don't want to postpone that because then I'll never do it. So I have to edit it on the day that I make it, otherwise you never see it. So I'm gonna get it up here. Thank you guys very much for watching my completely random rambles from today, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers and bye.